Alrighty, guys. Good afternoon to you all. Happy Friday, January 24th, 2025. Hope you guys are all doing well out there, getting ready for a great weekend here. We've got some updates to talk about here. If we started out the stream yesterday talking about this orange and blue map here, basically showing what our below average temperature trends were going to be over the next 8 to 14 days and above average temperature trends. And if you guys can see from yesterday's video compared to today's video, we got a big trend up. And what that means is we've now got a higher orange highlighted area up here into portions of the high northern plains and Midwest, and a higher portion of the southern southeast down there in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida panhandle that will be very, very well above average. So basically what all of these orange colors indicate basically means is above average temperatures. The higher those brighter colors are, the brighter those colors are, basically means the better chance you have of being above average, which is going to be warmer air basically in place, which we know we're going to get warm air next week, but this continues to verify that we're going to see temperatures either into the 50s, into the 60s, and some 40s up north where we've been below zero for a lot of people. So I do expect 60s and 70s down into the southeast, central plains, Ohio Valley, Midwest area here, probably 50s and 60s, and then up north 30s, 40s, and maybe some 50s popping up as we get closer towards the end of this week. Now, in the blue shaded colors here, you can see we've got northeast up here being in a right below average trend, about 5 to 10 degrees below average, if that, and then the west coast and the four corners over here being in below average as well due to a jet stream that's basically going to set up, and we'll walk through that here in just a minute, but I wanted to go ahead and give you guys that update. So we are expecting above average temperatures for majority of the United States. West and east coast will be slightly different as far as the long run goes over the next 2 weeks. All right, and the reason why we're going to see this above average and below average temperature trend is going to be because of our jet stream. If you guys are looking at our jet stream as of right now, still got a little bit left over of this northwesterly flow. You can see our big dip in the jet stream that's been causing our cold air in place over much of the United States. This will be exiting the country as we get towards tomorrow and into Sunday, and this officially should be gone by early Sunday. And then we're going to basically be setting up what's going to be called a zonal flow. So as we go through the next 3 to 5 days here, we're going to have that zonal flow. So this is a jet stream that goes west to east across. Winds are typically very neutral aloft in the atmosphere, and this allows for what we call a ridge to build down south, so we'll see pretty warm temperatures up here. But the reason why we're going to get those above average temperature trends all the way into the high plains for a couple days and well into the central plains and Ohio Valley is going to be due to that zonal jet stream that's set up. It's going to allow for warm, moist air as well as just warm air in general to be allowed to lift north with those jet stream winds flowing from the southwest. And you can already see a southwesterly flow starting to develop west of this trough as we get into Saturday. Now, the bigger situation that we're going to be watching for, we are watching for a significant potential winter storm in late next week and also a severe weather threat next week. You see this low pressure system, and most times these low pressure systems take about 2 to 3 days to move west to east across the country, sometimes a little bit later depending on if they stall out. This low pressure system is already in range as of now. We're going to see this set up shop over Western California by tomorrow afternoon, bringing a little bit of rain and some showers and some snow in the higher elevations to California. Portions of the areas that have been seeing wildfires are going to get a little bit of rain to kind of help aid with that firefighting threat over there, which would be some good news. But what this is going to do is this is going to deep dive down across the four corners through next week and allow for a potential winter storm that could develop in northern Texas, eastern Oklahoma, could go into central Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, up into Iowa. This is going to be a trend that we really start to see develop late next week that's really going to help shape our pattern as we go towards the first week of February. Now, once this low pressure system does develop moving through Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday, we start to see rain chances go up. We are going to see those rain chances, isolated thunderstorm chances continue to increase for Texas, Louisiana, the Arklatex, down into Mississippi, Alabama, and western Florida as this front moves through. Now, another thing that we are paying attention to is what we call a polar vortex. There still is a little bit of an Arctic air mass that's just to the north coming out of Canada, just far to the north enough to where we could still have some snow chances for the Great Lakes into the northeast. And the reason why we have that below average temperature trend to the east is because if there is, it's a very small scenario right now, but if this polar jet stream can align with this moisture that's coming across the Gulf next week, we could get some type of winter storm to develop somewhere in the northeast corridor. The models are really not showing the idea of that anymore. It's a very, very low end chance, but we're going to watch it just in case something does happen. So my northeast people, don't hang on to that one. I really think it's a very slim possibility, but we'll update you guys on that if something does happen. Now, as we go into Wednesday and Thursday, you see what we call that polar vortex, that trough. It's going to be moving east. We'll continue to see those cold air temperatures in place over the east coast and into the northeast at least through Friday and Saturday of next week. Then you see a massive ridge, and this is going to allow for those temperature trends to go very, very up in trending is the word I'll use. They'll basically increase starting the 1st of February, at least as of now. And you can see what we call as a positively tilted trough. This is going to work its way east here across Texas and Oklahoma by late next week into Thursday. Thursday, Friday time frame. The timing on this is still very, very well determined, or not determined yet. But what this has got two things. We could see two things with this system. We could either get a big winter storm out of this, or we could just get some rain. So it's going to depend on if this surface level low can actually produce cold air enough to give us that winter storm potential. The models do like the idea of a wintry mix / snow event into Oklahoma, Kansas, eastern Colorado, eastern Mexico, or eastern New Mexico, and into the northern Texas area. And then kind of where that goes after that, we'll have to wait and see. But what do we usually get with these trough ejections when they go negatively tilted like this? We usually get some type of severe weather, and the jet stream really favors severe weather down into Texas, Louisiana, the Arklatex, Mississippi, Alabama as we go into late next week. This is something we're going to watch. Not very strong model signals right now. We've still got some things to work out with this, but this starts to give us that big pattern, guys. I really, really think as we go towards the first and second week of February, we're going to start to see these severe weather events, these severe weather outbreaks, these winter storms as well on the backside of these lows that come through. And, we've talked about this for many, many weeks now leading up to getting closer to severe weather season. And you can see the jet stream, very, very favorable. This is the European model presenting another polar Arctic mass or air mass coming down as we go towards that first week of February. But on the front side of that, there will be warm air, and we could have a severe weather outbreak, maybe just slightly, possibly, as of right now, as we go towards that first official and second week of February. So not set in stone, just something to have on your radar as we go through the next couple of weeks as we get ready for this event. Another thing I want to show you guys as well here is going to be that precip, and you're going to see this on the European model. I'll do the GFS later in the stream tonight, but as far as our Euro goes here, we can see those rains and showers and thunderstorms popping up down into Texas and Louisiana through Sunday and Monday. We'll get another wave of moisture that moves in across the northern portions of the southeast and up into the Tennessee Valley on Wednesday and Thursday before that trough sets up, and you can see a pretty decent winter storm trying to develop into portions of Texas, into Oklahoma here. Like I said, the timing and forecast on where this is actually going to happen, we're still 6 to 7 days out, so we're trying to figure that out. But you can see the wintry side of this and where will be the rain, thunderstorm, and severe weather side of this, and we're going to have to really, really see where this sets up shop and pay attention to that troughing in order to figure that out. European likes a squall line moving through Texas and Louisiana and Arkansas, but kind of fizzling out, and then we get that wintry mix and all snow eventually up into the northern Midwest and into the Minnesota, Wisconsin areas. And then behind that, the models are liking the idea of potentially a significant severe weather outbreak. Now, this is, like I said, not set in stone. We're well over 10 days out from this, but when we start to see model signals like this, we get concerned because we are going to start to enter that time frame where we do see some type of severe weather down the road. So I wanted to put this on the radar for you guys. We'll talk more in depth on this in the stream later on tonight. I do appreciate you guys for watching this. Be safe, be weather aware, and we'll see you guys in the next one.